If you've ever written a paper for school, scratch that. If you've ever been to school, you've done one of these. In case you don't know what this is a works cited page. According to yourdictionary.com, a works cited page is, quote, a list of the works that you referenced in the body of your paper. Now, any student who has done a works cited page knows how much of a pain it is to do. First, there's the weird formatting, the alphabetization, the whole formality of it all. Where do you put the quotation marks? What do I italicize? Am I gonna finish this paper in time? It's literally due in 10 minutes. To add to that, you gotta make sure you have the publisher information, the city of publication, when it was published, the author's name. The list seemingly goes on and on. So naturally, when you had to do a works cited page, you probably turned to one of these websites, EasyBib or Citation Machine. Sites like EasyBib and Citation Machine make it easier to put together your works cited page. Let's take a look at EasyBib, arguably the most popular citation generation website. In theory, all you have to do is paste the URL or book name or whatever your source is into the site, enter some missing information, and voila, there's your works cited page. The thing is, what should take about 30 seconds ends up taking over double the time thanks to how many banner ads there are on the site, slowing the experience down and distracting the user, and also the fact that in order to generate just one citation, you have to load several web pages in total. First, to choose the option to create citations, which by the way takes another click to continue. Second, to choose your source type. Third, to enter the source. Fourth, to confirm that the source you entered is the correct source, which of course it is. Fifth, to review what EasyBib generated from your source and what you have to enter yourself. Sixth, to add the missing information. And finally, seventh, to actually receive the generated citation. So why exactly is it so tedious to complete a task that really shouldn't be tedious at all? The reason, of course, is money. Each page that EasyBib makes you load in your citation generation process means more ad revenue for them. Now, do I have an issue with this morally? Not really. The reason why we have access to free resources on the internet in general is in large part thanks to banner advertising. That's the reason we don't pay for newspapers as much as we used to. We can get the same news for free, as long as we're okay with dealing with some pesky advertisements. As a student trying to get my paper in on time though, of course I have an issue with this, especially since each page takes so long to load. I'm not trying to buy a dog food on Amazon while going to EasyBib, right? I just want to finish my paper so I can go to bed. So goodbye EasyBib, I'm gonna try Citation Machine. Guess what? It's the same thing. No, I don't want to upload my paper. Yes, MLA, paste the site, select the site, review the info, add extra info, and then boom, finally, I have my citation. But wait a minute. A Chegg service. EasyBib. A Chegg service. Hold up. Does Chegg own every single citation generator website? BibMe. A Chegg service. Cite this for me. Also a Chegg service. Why does Chegg own so many of these types of websites, and why do they look all the same? It's time for an internet history lesson. EasyBib.com first made its appearance on the internet sometime around early 2001. A few years later, users began to see this footnote on the EasyBib website, an Imagine Easy solution. A few years later, CitationMachine.net hit the internet as Landmark Citation Machine, later known as Landmark's son of Citation Machine, which I think is a pun or a joke, but I don't really get it. The site was released as, quote, a free service of David Warlick's Landmark project, which, when you search up now, has turned into a clothing website? Okay, cool. Sometime between its inception and 2015, Imagine Easy Solutions, the owner of EasyBib, took over Citation Machine. BibMe started around 2007, originally as its own company, BibMe LLC. This website then was acquired by Study Break Media, which was then acquired by Imagine Easy Solutions. Finally, Cite This For Me, originally self-described as the Harvard referencing generator, first appeared on the internet in late 2010. Cite This For Me was also later acquired by Imagine Easy Solutions. This all led to the biggest acquisition overall. On May 2nd, 2016, TechCrunch reported that Chegg had acquired Imagine Easy Solutions for a whopping $42 million. Thus how Chegg came to be the owner of 4 of the most popular citation generation websites. Now why would Chegg do this? This is a perfect example of a company performing horizontal integration. According to Investopedia, horizontal integration is the acquisition of a business operating at the same level of the value chain in a similar or different industry. Through horizontal integration, Chegg gained arguably the majority of the citation generation market, leading most students to go to one of the 4 citation generators that Chegg owns. In case you aren't familiar with Chegg, Chegg is a major education technology company that offers several different services to students, such as online and physical textbook rental, textbook question solutions, and online tutoring, mostly under their subscription package called the Chegg Study Pack. Naturally, as Chegg continued to grow, they decided that the citation generation business would prove to be a profitable asset, especially after slapping so many advertisements on it. While these citation generators have remained a free service for students, Chegg has been able to siphon some money from the online advertising. Smart. So Justin, what am I supposed to do about this? Well, option A is to continue to use these services. As long as they get the job done, that's all that matters, right? Even if it means making your computer load page after page of ads, it might all be worth it in the end once you have your beautiful citations, right? Option B is to learn how to do your citations yourself. Sure, citations are a pain to do, but once you get the formula down, you'll have it down forever, right? Or at least that's how it works in theory. Personally, I've never tried memorizing the format. Plus, MLA and other citation formats tend to update every few years, and maybe you'll forget every time you have to do an essay. Option C is to just use a different website. Sure, Chegg owns the four most popular citation generator websites, but it doesn't own all of them. Quick aside, I haven't been sponsored by anyone to make this video. I'm just trying to promote resources student to student that I found helpful. Number 1 is Scribr. This website does exactly what you need it to do, with no ads and barely any page loads compared to the Chegg-owned services. Count them. 1. Choose the source type. 2. Paste in the source and fill out everything all in one page. And then 3. Complete the citation. That's it. Number 2 is Citefast. Citefast has ads, and it's not as clean and aesthetically pleasing as Scribr, but it gets the job done with literally just one page load. Also, if you're citing multiple sources, Citefast keeps all the ones you've made on the right side of the page even when you're in the process of making a new citation. Very helpful. Number 3 is Citation Generator. No ads, super modern, very easy on the eyes. Although each step is separated into its own module, this website doesn't make you load the whole web page over and over again for every single step. Instead, it's a quick process that is definitely not as overwhelming as Citefast or Scribr might appear to be at first. So far, Citation Generator supports MLA, APA, and Chicago style, but their About section says they're working on adding other types. For the typical high school or undergrad student though, this should probably suffice. The moral of the story is when it comes to citation generators, even though the four most popular sites on Google are plagued with ads and intentional slowdowns, there are options that work much better. So next time you're making a works cited page for your procrastinated paper, save yourself some time by using one of the various resources that are much better. Hey guys, thanks for watching. This is the first time I've ever done like a video essay. So if you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like and subscribe for more. Peace.